Hello YouTube and welcome to another single battle that I have for you guys today. This battle is my mono water team again versus Chandler, and he has an almost mono blue team because almost every single Pokemon of his is blue except for Crocodile. So I see a couple of steel types, a couple of water type, well, a water type, some fighting types. So it's looking pretty cool team. So let's just get straight into the battle. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go. Chandler is issuing a challenge. So I decided to lead out with Seaking. This is the King, which is my shiny Seaking with the transform move Drill Run. I don't actually run Waterfall on my Seaking, so I went for a Protect just to scout out what it was going to do to me. And I discovered that it was actually going to go for an Outrage, so I was like, scary stuff. I outspeed, fortunately, and I get to go for a Mega Horn, which is easily going to take that thing out. If you guys are wondering why I haven't used Mega Horn, obviously I don't have Waterfall, which is like I just said. But Mega Horn was going to do a huge more amount of damage anyway. And I'm carrying the wide lens, so I knew it was quite likely that it was going to land. Anyway, Uncle was called Colbania or Colbian, and it's going to go for a Stone Edge on me, and I'm just going to go for a Drill Run. Again, boosted by the wide lens, I have a higher chance of landing the hit, and that's super effective. Get the crit, and it hits it for loads, which is awesome. But the King gets red carded, and I'm like, what? You do not red card the King? He is the King. He makes the rules. Anyway, he's going to drag out my Mantine, and I just don't want to stay in because obviously I've seen that it's got Stone Edge, so I have to bail out into my Alamola. Alamola is an absolute wall, so I knew I could take this. If Seaking could take this, then Alamola could seriously take this, so that was not a problem at all. I'm going to get my lefty's recovery, and it'll be like that Stone Edge never even touched me. So I'm going to go for an Aqua Jet because I didn't want to go for knockoff because I knew I had Justified. It's going to go for a Sacred Sword on me, and it's not really going to do much damage to me. I'm going to get my lefties and stuff back too now. I decided for this turn to try and go for a knockoff just to finish it off after this Retaliate, which is still going to do nothing to me, but just a tiny bit more than before. I'm going to go for this knockoff, and it just doesn't kill it, and I was like, ah, damn it. So he gets his Justified boost, but I was alright because I knew I could actually Aqua Jet it this turn. And I knew that his attack seemed pretty dismal anyway, so I'm just going to go for this Aqua Jet, and that should take it out, and it does take it out, so now that's the Colbian out of the way. It's nice to get the Legendary out of the way, quite close to the beginning, because that thing could have been an annoying swap into my Sharpedo or something with the Justified. He's going to swap into his Blastoise, and this Blastoise is running a pretty cool set, like Mirror Coat and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to swap out my Alamola because she's not that specially defensive, and I'm going to go straight into my Mantine. He's going to fire off a Dragon Pulse on me, which is pretty resisted by my Mantine again. Well, not resisted, but you know, is taken pretty well by my Mantine. Here I go for an Air Slash, but he actually like goes for Mirror Coat, so I take a lot of damage. That does a huge amount of damage to me because it does double damage that I did to him. So that really hurt. I wasn't liking that. So I'm gonna get some lefties back and get back into greens, so Mantine's looking a tiny bit more healthy, and he's just going to fire off another Dragon Pulse on me, which is still not going to do much to me, but it does enough. I went for a Scold here because I was trying to like not do much damage to it in case it Mirror Coated, but I wanted to try and burn it at the same time. He's just going to get some lefties recovery, and Scold is really not doing anything, but I don't want to hit it too hard with that Air Slash and get my own Mantine taken out with a Mirror Coat. So I'm just going to get some more lefties recovery, and then I'm going to swap out because I don't want to take any more Mirror Coats, and I'm going to swap into my Lantern, and he does go for a Mirror Coat, but it fails because I wasn't able to land anything on him. He's going to get some more lefties, and Lantern's going to start firing off some Thunder Waves and stuff, just to kind of slow this thing down, because it's faster than most of my team at the moment, I think, and he's going to go for Mirror Coat, and I'm going to, avoid that as well. So he's going to keep getting lefties recovery, and I'm going to go for a Confuse Ray as well, because I'm just trying to get him to give up using Mirror Coat, and then just when he gives up using Mirror Coat, I'm going to Volt Switch him. That was kind of my plan, or I was trying to force him to swap out so I could deal with the Blastoise later. He goes for another Mirror Coat, and it fails again. But he's not in too bad of a position, because he's still getting his health back and not taking any damage. He's forced to swap out. He's forced to swap out and go into his Metagross. And you should never really swap out on a Lantern because I just get a 3 Thunder Wave on the swap. So that is Paralyzed Metagross there. I know this thing has Earthquake, so I'm going to swap out. I was kind of expecting either Earthquake or Meteor Mash, so I didn't want to risk it and go into my Mantine, so I went into my Alamola instead, and he goes for an Earthquake, so I was like, I probably could have gone into Mantine, but it's alright. So I'm going to get some Lefty's Recovery and stuff, and I'm able to go for a knockoff, which is going to hit this thing for super effective, and take its Expert Belt. He's going to get paralysed, which is pretty gutting for him, but awesome for me because I don't take any more damage, and I get my lefties as well, which is great. I'm just going to keep going for a knockoff because it's super effective and it'll do a bit more than Aquajet will. It's actually a mixed Metagross, so he's going for a Psychic on me as well, but he's not hitting me very hard, so I'm not worried about swapping out or anything, so I'm just going to stay in. I'm just going to keep going for knockoffs because, like I said, it's a super effective kind of typing, and he's going to go for another Psychic, and I'm pretty sure this Metagross is in Aquajet KO range right now, maybe, or it would be if I had my Point Peep. I'm not sure if Alamola's Aquajet is strong enough. He's going to go for a Bullet Punch on me to try and get the last bit of damage off, which I resist. I figured I might as well throw up a Wish before I Aquajet this thing, so that way I get my health back as I attack it, so I don't take any damage really. So I'm going to get some Lefty's Recovery. Oh, I'm going to go for a knockoff. Oh yeah, because I outspeed it anyway. Go for a knockoff just to finish it off and get a free Wish up at the same time. So now I get all of my health back and I didn't have to take any damage. I'm going to get my lefties back as well, so I'm pretty much on my full health now. Yep, I'm on full, totally full. In comes Klawitza. I'm pretty sure this is a Scarfed Klawitza because Klawitza is usually really slow, and this outspeeds me, and it constantly goes for Dragon Pulse, so I'm pretty sure it's locked in or scarfed into Dragon Pulse. It could be Specs, but I'm pretty sure its speed stat is really slow. So I'm going to throw up a Wish because I'm not really sure what else to do as this thing fires off Dragon Pulses. And I'm going to get some Lefty's Recovery as well. I'm going to swap out and Wish Pass into my Mantine because I was pretty sure that Mantine could take a Dragon Pulse. And he's going to fire off this Dragon Pulse into Mantine's face, poor Mantine, and she's going to tank it on 28 health, and I'm going to get the Wish Pass off as well, so that's sweet. And I'm going to get my Lefty's Recovery as well, so I'm getting even more HP back, which is awesome. And then he's going to continue to go for Dragon Pulse because I'm pretty sure, like I said, he's locked into it, and that's going to do a lot more than the other one did. And he's going to also avoid my Air Slash, so I'm like, what? Evasion hacks. So I'm going to keep getting some leftovers, and he's going to keep going for Dragon Pulse. And he's getting me into like dangerous kind of low amount of health here, and I'm just going to go for an Air Slash, and it doesn't really do too much, but it does enough, I suppose, so I'm just going to stay in and try and go for one more Air Slash as he goes for another Dragon Pulse. And this Air Slash actually lands, like the other one didn't, and I get him in the yellows, so I'm like, that's alright then, not too bad. It's not far from being KO'd. I could easily like kill it with Lantern, so I'm just like, don't mind sacrificing my Mantine at this point and just let him take it out so I get the free swap in. So let's go swap into my Lantern, like I said, and he's going to go for Dragon Pulse, but I run a max defenses Lantern and max HP, well, I equally disperse it between, so I know I was going to survive it, and I'm easily able to kill it with Evot Switch. So that is the end of the Klawitza, and Lantern has to return back to me. So I'm going to send out my Quillfish, which is good because I sent in the Quillfish on the Blastoise, so I didn't have to worry about Mirror Coat. So I decided to just set up a Swords Dance because if I didn't have to worry about Mirror Coat, there wasn't too much that I had to worry about. So he's went for a Mirror Coat anyway, and got some lefties back. And I'm just going to go straight for a Poison Jab, because it's either Poison Jab or Waterfall, and it's like Poison Jab probably hit a lot harder, and it does a nice decent amount of damage considering this Blastoise is probably max defenses and max HP and all sorts, because it's a bulky kind of set. He goes for Dragon Pulse on me, doesn't do too much, and I'm just going to go for another Poison Jab. I was quite tempted to go for a second Swords Dance, but I was like, don't want to get too greedy and have it cost me my Quillfish, so I just went for a Poison Jab and finished off the Blastoise. So in comes Empoleon, and he's going to get a Quick Claw and go for an Earthquake, which is going to take me out because I lost my Focus Sash when they got attacked by Dragon Pulse. So And he gets the crit as well, so poor Chew-Toy wasn't really going to survive that any day of the week, so that's the end of Chew-Toy. So I'm going to bring out the king, finish the battle the way I started it, with the one and only king. I'm going to go for a goddamn drill run to the face on that Empoleon, and it's going to do a huge amount of damage as well. He's going to go for a flash cannon on me, which I'm like, don't really know why, because water resists steel. But I'm just going to go straight for another drill run to the face and KO that Empoleon. So that Empoleon is gone, and that is the end of the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I will see you around next time. Goodbye.